Business partners, couples, best friends, siblings, I think we all have one thing in common. Every now and then, we're going to disagree. Every now and then, we're going to fall into an argument. Most of the times you could talk things through, you can work things out, and then continue building together for years without stopping at any point in time. I think the only difference is when it was finally announced that Shannon Sharpe was officially leaving the show, we all collectively said, well, saw this coming. What's going on, everybody? So if you hadn't already heard, it was announced that Shannon Sharpe is going to be taking his leave from Fox Sports, Fox Radio, and Skip Bayless of the Undisputed show, of which he was the co-host. So in the loop of all of the talk that's been going on, all of the deals and conversations that have been transpiring, the news that everyone's going to be waking up to, because this is going to be one of the largest stories out there, in regards to sports anyway, only one question actually matters. What do they plan on doing about all of those unsettled diet do bets?
Why you looking over here? I can't share this with you. You know what I'm saying? This is for winners. This old winners do right here. You won't be having it.
I swim in it every day. I exercise.
Ooh, I might not sleep for 48 straight hours.
Okay, so I think the reason why this news is taking everyone for a bit of a loop is because there was no indication that there was any bad blood in terms of recency between Shannon and Skip. Now, the reason why I have to use the word recency is because you remember that we produced a video a little while back in regards to an altercation that had happened between Shannon and Skip while they were talking about the situation with Damar Hamlin. Now, while I certainly am of the notion that that altercation certainly did lay a bit of a foundation for Shannon to actually open the doors to opportunities elsewhere, I can't claim 100% that this is what led him to make this decision today, although I do think it certainly played a part. Let's dig into this a bit. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing. So Shannon Sharpe, he was born June 26, 1968 in Chicago, Illinois. He's around 54 years old, so he's been in the game for quite some time now. Not in terms of being an analyst, but in terms of being involved in some form of sports, whether it's on the sidelines like he is right now being an analyst, or whether it's actually playing in the league. In regards to his sports career, he was drafted as the 192nd pick in the 7th round in 1990 by the Denver Broncos. He went to Savannah State, which is a HBCU. He won 3 Super Bowl rings. He had the record for the most receiving yards in a single game by a tight end, set at 214. He had 1,815 receptions, 10,600 receiving yards, 62 touchdowns, and played about 13 to 14 seasons. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2011, and his number, that same school that he went to, Savannah State, they retired his number 2 jersey. And the last thing, and this is something that you could tell in his current career, where he is bar none one of the biggest trash talkers you will ever see.
President, we need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots. If you leave now, you get a head start on traffic. Yeah, we said it. Whatever they say, we said it.
Regarding the things he says, he's clever. So all of that going over his accolades, just to say this, Shannon Sharpe paid his dues. And after around 6 to 7 years, because I believe that the show actually aired in 2016, he's finally made the decision to let the world know he's done. Now, we don't know the full details behind this, but what we do know, if we're to go by some of the reports that we're seeing, he's set to actually leave the show right after the NBA Finals, which is taking place between the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. If you're actually looking for a proper timeline, Game 1 starts today, June 1st. Game 7, if it goes that far, is June 18th. So, if Shannon is sticking to that timeline, then June 19th, which is a Monday, will be the last day that you may or may not see Shannon, whether or not he decides to show up to work. So that's the timeline. But that's not the only question everyone wants to ask. We can get some clarification on the when, but the real juicy question is, why? As much as Skip and Shannon actually spat, you have to admit there is some chemistry there in the perspective that you get both sides of the field. Shannon normally takes one perspective, Skip takes the opposite. And it makes for good television. Even the drama that they have. But according to Sports Illustrated, there was a portion of the article that was put out which quotes, "When Shannon Sharpe leaves Fox Sports, he has the potential to secure a lucrative multi-million-dollar deal with a growing network that values popular podcasts and personalities like him and Club Shay Shay. His podcasts included Deion Sanders, Terrell Owens, Will Packer, T.I., Waka Flocka, Candy Burris, Eddie George, Michael Vick, Bubba Wallace, Tyreek Hill, Steve Harvey, and many more popular guests." So it seems like Shannon Sharpe might be looking to take his show on the road, Club Shay Shay. And if he does, then I commend him for that. But But I believe that as time goes on, we'll get a lot more details. Obviously, he's going to make an announcement or an official announcement, and I can't wait till I actually watch the show today to just see what's being said. I know the obvious reason and the temptation that everyone would want to go to, but I'm going to leave that one alone because I think it is a little too easy to pick on that, which would be Skip Bayless. I don't think it's an understatement to say that Skip is no stranger to confrontation.
Zeke waves out. Take me out, coach.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about this.
Take me out. It's my turn. It is. You told me it was my turn.
You can talk all that you want to, yell and scream. You lost.
It is my turn.
You lost the game.
It's my turn.
And may not be the easiest person to get along with, but the two of them being grown men, I'll take it at face value. If they said that they buried the hatchet, then I have no reason to doubt that then, and I'll leave it there. But let me know what it is that you guys think with this announcement. Do you think that Club Shay Shay was the right move? Do you think it's smart for Shannon to just go independent or sign up with another up-and-coming organization? Or do you think that the reason why he's actually leaving is the host that's right across the table from him? Or could it just be something a lot simpler, which is, it's been about 7 years now, it's time for a change. There is one thing that kind of leaves me curious though. If and when Shannon leaves, who does Skip replace him with? I got an idea. Since he's in retirement and we have no idea if he's ever going to come back, why doesn't Skip try to get Tom Brady on there? He's certainly a fan, right? Yeah, I guess we'll see. Let me know what it is that you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you again for the next one. Be easy, y'all.
Ooh, I might not sleep for 48 straight hours.